Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and during this hour, we will be reading an article on plastic surgery. So, if you've ever had anyone, if you know anyone who's had plastic surgery or you've thought about it, come and read this article and discuss it. Do you think it's really necessary for many people? We will be doing some vocabulary activities. We will be doing some discussions, and we will also do a reading to practice pronunciation and comprehension of words. So that is what we will be doing today. All right, so welcome to Verbling, and during this hour we will be doing a topic on plastic surgery. And if there's time, we will also ask and answer questions on beauty and physical attractiveness. So again, my name is Holly, and I will be one of the trainers during this hour. And so welcome to talk about plastic surgery, a nip and tuck. Just to tell you a little bit about myself. Oh, hello. Hey, Joaquim, how are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good evening. I'm fine, thank you. And you, how are you?
Very good. Did you have a good week?
Yes, yes.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm
Question
good.
for you. So, since you're the only person from Portugal that I know, I have a question.
Yes, yes. I'm from Portugal.
Yeah, in Spain, they eat dinner very late. What time do Portuguese normally eat dinner?
Normally 7, 8 o'clock.
7, 8 o'clock. Okay.
7, 8 o'clock.
Not 9 or 10 like the Spanish. Okay.
Yeah. The lunch about 1 o'clock.
Okay.
The lunch. Dinner about 7, 8 o'clock. Is
Okay.
normal.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right. And what time is it right now in Portugal?
In these days, it rains something. In this moment, in the morning, sometimes rain. In the afternoon, it shine. The time is variable.
Oh, okay. Variable. So the time, like right now where I am, it's 3 p.m.
3 p.m. in this moment.
Yeah, that's where I am in Idaho. It's 3 p.m. So what time is it where you are?
In this moment, some minutes past 10.
10. Okay. So it's 10 p.m.
10 minutes, some 10. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure what time, whether it's 10, 11, or 12 in Portugal. So, all right.
5 hours, I think in the United States, I think it's a difference 4 or 5 years hours.
Yeah, depending on where you are, 4 or 5 hours from on the East Coast if you're in New York or Washington D.C. or Boston. I'm in Idaho, which is closer to the West Coast, and so I'm in the mountain. I'm 2 hours from New York. 2 hours time difference. So in New York it's 5 p.m. now, and here it's 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. Right. So do you have any good plans for the weekend?
No, normally I stay at home normally. So in this time, these days is not good to get out. And normally I stay at home in the weekend.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well,
I am in the when I live outside at my house. I have a little yard. Then
Uh-huh.
I passed much time to work in the little farm.
Okay. So you do a lot of yard work and gardening and things like that?
Yes, yes. I make some words. For example, I have many. I grow many vegetables.
Mm-mm. Okay.
I
All
am
right.
some fruit trees. So I passed much time in the workers of the farm.
And you said, if I remember right, in the last class you were in with me, you said you were retired, right?
Yes, yes. I'm retired
Mhm.
already.
All right. And do you find that you are busier now than when you had a job every day that you went to?
Uh, Excuse me.
Do you find that you are busier now that you are retired?
Yes, normally I am busy all the days.
Mm-hmm.
I meet always something to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're
Yeah.
always, yeah, because I've heard that retirees, uh, people who are retired, many times they are more busy than or busier than when they were working. It isn't. Some people are not, but most people I've heard are. So, all right. So let's look at this warm up. It looks like it's of course evening in Europe, and oh, good, somebody's here. Hi, Jose.
Hello, Holly.
How are you?
Fine, and you? I'm doing well. And you?
Very good, very good. Did you have a good week?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
a good week. I had a good week.
hmm Are you back at school, or are you still having Easter holiday?
Yes, I have an Easter holiday.
So are you back? Have you returned?
No, no. The next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Yes,
Oh wow, wow. Okay. Wow, they take it seriously in Spain. That's awesome.
yes,
That's awesome. So did you have 2 weeks off?
yes. 2 weeks off.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
have 2 weeks off.
Mhm. All right. Um yeah, I wasn't aware that there was that much holiday until somebody in Mexico was saying that their child was off for 2 weeks, and I was like, really? So in Finland they get Friday and Monday off, and uh, in the U.S. there's no days off for Easter, so no vacation.
In
But
US, no vacation.
yeah, it's because Easter is not a national holiday.
Yes, it's not a national holiday.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure why. It should be, but I'm not sure why it isn't. So
Okay.
yeah. All right. All right. Well, so let's go ahead and get started. And Jose, do you know Joachim? Joachim?
Yes.
Do you guys know each other? Okay. From Portugal and Spain. Okay. All right. So the warm-up question we have here is, Joachim, do you know anyone who has had cosmetic surgery?
Teacher, in my family or friends, I don't know anything. Uh, but I know people, for example, that belong in the artistic means. In my country, I know much person who has had cosmetic surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I know many person in the means of the artistic life, but
Mm-hmm.
in my family or in my friends, I don't know anything.
I don't know anyone. Okay.
Anyone. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and I'm not sure I do either. I know of one person, of a colleague who had plastic surgery, but no family or friends. So,
Yes.
yeah. And
In my
Jose, how
family,
about, yes, go ahead.
normally the simple person normally don't make that surgery.
Mm-hmm.
The simple person normally don't make the surgery, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that person, for example, artists and actors, for example, some models. I think sometimes they need to make the surgery to have a good look,
Mm-hmm.
and it's important to their job. Then I understand that people need to make the cosmetic surgery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you. Jose, how about you? Do you know anyone who has had cosmetic surgery?
No, I don't know anyone who's have had cosmetic surgery, but I think that the people that they have had the cosmetic surgery,
Mm-hmm.
they 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 have a lot of money because I think the cosmetic surgery is very expensive. I think.
Okay. So you say that the people, basically the people who have had cosmetic surgery, most likely have a lot of money.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah. All right. And I kind of agree with you, especially there's some types of plastic surgery that is not necessary. There, of course, there are some that it is necessary. For example, if a person has a cleft palate, you guys know that, and that's if they're. Let me show you. So there are some times I think that people have um, plastic surgery for, I spelled it wrong, cleft palate. Okay. Um, for example, if a child is born like this is called a cleft palate.
Yes, in this case, it is necessary.
Yeah, it is. In this case, it's necessary. So it's uh, and it's pronounced like this. It's cleft palate, Palate, instead of what I said. Um, so yeah. So then let me spell that correctly. Palate. Um, but otherwise, I think that the people who have cosmetic surgery there are well off. I completely agree with you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to read the text, fill in the blanks with a word from the list below the text. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because when we're reading we cannot see the list. We have difference, price, story, and stomach. So I'm going to put that in capital letters in the text chat. Difference, price, story, and stomach. Okay, all right. So, okay. And also I'll put it in the Google chat just in case somebody is not able to see the verbling. All right. So let's start. Jose, could you read the first paragraph?
Yes. The worldwide recession has been a challenge for many companies. However, one industry that shows no sign of a slowdown is cosmetic surgery. it seems that the demand for these surgical procedures is growing.
Okay, so because we're a small class today, I'm gonna go over pronunciation a little bit more. So this word right here, procedures.
Procedures.
Okay. And
Okay.
also, yeah. So and also this word recession, we don't say recession. We say
Yes.
recession.
Recession.
And then challenge.
Challenge.
Challenge. And then
Challenge.
cosmetic. And cosmetic. All right. And David, welcome.
Hi, Holly. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. All right. And Joachim, could you read the next paragraph?
In the United States alone, there were a staggering 1.7 million cosmetic surgical procedures carried out in 2012, an increase of over 10% on the previous years. In Britain, it's similar.
So the words are on the chat.
Excuse me. In Britain, it's a similar price with particular gains in facilities and operations on eyelids.
Okay, instead of price, the better one is it's a similar story.
A story?
Yeah. So the story is that many people are in the U.S. In the United States alone, there were staggering 1.7 million cosmetic surgical procedures. So in Britain, it is the same. So if you say it's a similar story, you can say it's the same. Okay, so this word right here, Joachim, is we'd say staggering.
Staggering.
Yeah, staggering. And then we also have cosmetic surgical procedures. So we need to enunciate all of these words. Cosmetic surgical procedures.
Cosmetic surgical procedures.
Perfect, perfect. All right. Hello, Min. How are you today? Min, are you there?
Okay. I'm here. Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes.
What time is it?
It's 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
4 a.m. Wow. Yeah. Well, good morning. I was surprised to see what I was like, man, it's early there. So anyway, are you ready to read?
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and start with Susan right here.
Yes. Susan Days has rhinoplasty.
Right. We say rhinoplasty.
Rhinoplasty, an operation to change the shape of her nose. She has never looked back. It's really improved my self-esteem. My own nose was rocked, and I was teased a lot at school. Now I can stop obsessing about my looks. It makes such a difference.
Perfect. Made such a difference. All right. So you've been in my classes before, so you know where the words are. Very good. Okay. So let's go over a little bit about, for all three of you, I think one of the things that all three of you need to think about is enunciation, and that is making sure you pronounce all of the sounds. Okay. So, and that's with all three of you. So, for example, with this one, this word right here, self, we say self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. So you'd say that the F as well, self-esteem.
Yeah. Self-esteem.
Okay, and then we also have crooked. Crooked. And I was teased a lot at school, and then obsessing. So what you're doing a lot of times, and I think that's also with everybody today, with the bigger words, it's really easy to just kind of skip over some sounds. So obsessing, instead of obsessing. So, so that's one thing. All right, just think about enunciation, and that's pronunciation. Enunciation is pronouncing all parts of the word. Okay. All right. Jose, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay. Many men are also having cosmetic procedures. Dominic Brose decided last year to have liposuction on his stomach. I wanted a six-pack, he says, and exercise just wasn't delivering the result I wanted.
Okay, exactly. Okay, so remember, procedures is how we would pronounce procedures. Yeah, and then we say, I've heard liposuction instead of liposuction. So liposuction.
Liposuction.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Does everybody know what a six-pack is? Let's see. Let me show you.
A six-pack.
So this is normal. It's kind of funny. There's six-pack is different things, but this is what he wanted, was a six-pack. So that's a six-pack. But what's funny is
I think it's something to drink.
Yeah, that's why it's so funny.
Abdominal muscles.
Yeah. So you either have a six-pack this way, or I think there was one of them, a picture one time. Here's another six-pack.
Very strong.
It's either this kind of six-pack or this kind of six-pack. This one or this one. One or the other. So anyway, that's what a six-pack is. So that's what he got, liposuction, so he could have a six-pack. And welcome back, David.
Hi, Holly. Thank you.
All right. So can you go ahead and read the next paragraph? It starts with Andrew.
Sure, Holly. Andrew McLean is another satisfied customer. Worried about wrinkles on his forehead, he has been regular Botox injections. It is so easy to arrange, he explained. I can just visit the clinic on my lunch break. All my friends are doing the same thing.
Okay, so remember, he's having regular Botox injections, so he missed this word. And remember to always try to pronounce the S's at the end. So he explains, worried about wrinkles.
Wrinkles.
And so satisfied.
Satisfied.
Okay. All right. And you're welcome. And Joachim, could you read the next one?
With the growing acceptance for cosmetic surgery, commentators urge will be patient to carry out extensive research before coming to decisions. Angel Gardner, a writer for a leading health magazine, advises patients to choose their surgeons very carefully. Beware of flash websites, she advises. Have consultations with several different surgeons. Don't just choose a surgeon based on prices.
Price, yes. Don't just choose a surgeon based on price. Okay, so in this word we have consultations. Have consultations.
Have consultations.
Yeah. All right. And the last one, Min, can you read that one?
Yes. Which cosmetic surgery being
cosmetic? Say cosmetic.
Cosmetic.
Perfect.
Yeah. Cosmetic surgeries being largely unregulated in many countries, choosing a reputable surgeons is a challenge. However, with more than 10 billion being spent on research deals in the US in 2011 alone. It seems unlikely that the demand for cosmetic surgeries will one in the foreseeable future.
Okay, yeah. So there are a lot of words here that are very difficult. So unregulated. So cosmetic surgery. Reputable, you did quite well there. You just did it slow, but you did well with reputable. Procedures. Okay. All right. So are there any words or phrases in this that you do not know?
Yes, Holly. What does carry out mean?
To carry out, where's it located, first of all?
I think in the. Sorry, I lost the paragraph, but was like. Let me see. Oh,
Is the second paragraph.
with the
Second paragraph.
growing. Oh, I saw in the like.
Carried out in 2012.
Oh, carried
Yes,
out.
carry
Okay.
out.
Okay, so to carry out, I just want to make sure, many times with phrasal verbs, I like to see it in context, because sometimes phrasal verbs might have several different meanings. But in this respect, if you carry out something, it means you complete, or you are productive. So in this respect, they had a staggering 1.7 million cosmetic surgical procedures completed in 2012. So, okay. Any other words or phrases? Okay. Right, so everybody knows six-pack. I know that's the one that might, see. This previous year, Britain is similar with particular gains in facelifts. Everybody knows a facelift. It's what she's doing. And operations on eyelids. Rhinoplasty is shape of the nose. Then we have liposuction, which is reducing the stomach. Let's see. Based on price. I think it looks like, okay. Let's go ahead and look at this. The numbers below are mentioned in the text. What do they refer to? So what is the 10 billion? What does that refer to? Jose?
10 billion is referred to being spent on procedures in the US in 2011.
Excellent. All right, so what does 6 refer to? Joachim?
Yes.
What does the number 6 refer to in the text?
6, I think, is the number of canned soft drinks.
That's true.
To develop the abdominal muscles.
Yeah. The six pack. So yeah, the were you here? David, do you know what a 6-pack is? Min, do you know what a 6-pack is?
Yes, I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Min, do you know?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so because we have a 6-pack, which is the sodas or the beer, or of course on the abdominal cavity. All right, so 1.7 million. David, do you know what that would be?
Sure, 1.7 billion was the procedures that was carried out in 2012
Yeah, so
in
procedures. So
procedures.
procedures. Okay, so in
Procedures.
that word, because I think all of you did not pronounce this one right. So let's look at the pronunciation of this word, kind of phonetics. So we'd say actually, yeah. Let's see, procedures. Procedures would be more like it. Procedures. If you just remember this, the CE is pronounced C, and it's stressed. Procedures, where the other two are not really stressed. This is actually a schwa for those of you who know phonetics. Procedures. Okay.
Procedures.
All right. So okay. So David, question for you.
Sure, Holly.
Would you ever have plastic surgery on yourself if you felt you needed it?
Well, actually, being honest, I had one.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes, sure.
Tell us about it.
Yes. Well, actually, when I was younger, actually, I think that some kids bullying me because I used to had big ears.
Uh-huh.
So my whole life, I wanted to solve this. Well, this kind of how can I say, well, problem.
Uh-huh.
So I had a plastic operation for reduce the shape or
Uh-huh.
the shape
The
of
size.
my ears. Yes,
Okay.
well,
Okay.
more or less size.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. Oh, that's interesting. My dad and my grandfather, they both had huge ears and very tiny heads. And their sons, or my brothers also had these when they were kids. They had these little heads and big ears. But when they got older, they grew. Their heads grew and their ears, stayed the same. But my dad and grandfather, always had these big ears. So I mean, as a teenager, my head was bigger than my dad's, which was really funny. So their head never grew. Yeah. So Joachim, would you have plastic surgery if you needed it?
No, teacher. Fortunately, I don't need any surgeries, cosmetic surgeries.
Okay, so
Fortunately.
you would not do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jose, how about you? Would you have plastic surgery if you needed it?
If I'll do if it is necessary to do a plastic surgery, I'll do it.
Okay. So if it's necessary, you will. Okay.
Yes.
And Min, how about you? Would you have plastic surgery if you needed it?
Yes, I think if in the same situation like the Susan Dawes in the story, I will take the cosmetic surgery. Yeah.
Okay, so say that again. So
If I had a ugly appearance, or if I suffer the accident, make my face look ugly, so I will take the
Surgery.
surgeon, the cosmetic version surgery.
Mhm.
Yes.
The cosmetic surgery. So if you needed it, you would do cosmetic surgery. Okay. All right. So let's look at some vocabulary. We have 6 words here. We have if staggering, self-esteem, crooked, obsess, unregulated, and wanes. So, David, could you do the first one and choose the correct ending of the sentence?
Yes, Holly, I will try. If an amount is staggering, perhaps it is much more than before.
Actually, it is very surprising.
It is very surprising.
So but it's also what's interesting about this. I hate multiple choice for this reason. They all look right, but it is surprising because it is much more than before. But usually, if somebody they're staggering, you go, oh wow, can you believe that? 1.7 million Americans had plastic surgery. That's amazing. But usually, it's also more than before too. But the main idea of staggering is surprise about the number.
Yes, I
Okay.
said because I was thinking that amount was about money, but yes,
Yeah.
I see your point.
Yeah. All right. And Joachim, can you try number 2?
If your self-esteem improves, you feel better about yourself.
Yes. If your self-esteem improves, you feel better about yourself. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. And number 3, Jose?
If your nose is crooked, you have difficulty smelling things.
No.
No, the end of it is very large.
Mm-mm.
It isn't straight.
It isn't straight, yeah. So if
Yeah.
your nose is crooked, it isn't straight. So,
Okay.
and many times a crooked nose also might also, you might have difficulty smelling and so forth. But let's see if we can look at a crooked nose on our fabulous Google images. This is a good example of a crooked nose. I don't know if see how her nose is kind of not, it should go straight down, and it's kind of crooked right here. So this guy too. This is before, this is after.
Okay, the nose is not straight on.
Yeah. So this is another before after. This is before, so it's crooked, and then
Before,
after.
Okay.
This is definitely crooked.
What about the nose of Michael Jackson?
Well, does he have a real nose there? Let's look.
It's because,
Michael.
in my opinion, the results are not like the photographs.
It's not a real nose.
Oh my. Okay, I think he must have gotten a lot of plastic surgery here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is like really tiny, and there's a lot of. And then here's this one. He's got a pug nose right here. This is where it's kind of in front of you like that. We call that a pug nose.
Like a pig?
Like a dog, like the Chinese pug. So, and let's see. So he has a pug nose for a while. Well, I think this must be a Photoshop. See, this looks normal. What is he doing messing with that? Perfect, great skin color, perfect straight nose, and then obviously met somebody who made a lot of money off of him. So, okay, Jose. Oh yeah, Jose, you did that one. Number 4. Amin, can you do this? Number 4.
Yes, if you obsessed about something, you think about something too much.
Yeah, which means because you think about something too much, you probably also are worried about it. You also don't stop talking about it with your family, and they're like, stop obsessing. So, okay, number 5, David, can you do that one?
Surely, if something is regulated,
Or it's unregulated.
unregulated,
Yeah.
there are no rules.
Yeah, if there's something that's unregulated, there are no rules. Perfect.
And also risky.
Yes, and costs can be very high, but it also can be very low too. So, all right, and Joachim, if demand number 6, can you do that one?
If demand wanes, it decreases.
Yeah, so if demand wanes, it decreases. Perfect. Perfect. But one thing that's interesting about this material is when it says here, it seems unlikely the demand for cosmetic surgery will wane in the foreseeable future. So it's unlikely that it will decrease. so you'd think it would be increase. So all right, let's practice these a little bit. Can you guys, Min, can you think of an industry that is unregulated that you would like to see regulated?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Yeah. Can you think of an industry that is unregulated, where there are no rules, that you would like to see regulated?
I think something that are no rules is something that are various prices in the cosmetic surgeries.
Yeah.
Anyone have your price?
Yeah. Every price is different because it's unregulated. Yeah. Can you think of any other industry that is unregulated?
There isn't laws in these professions.
Yeah, in this profession. Is there any other profession that is unregulated? Can anybody think of any other profession that is unregulated? There's got to be some. So, acting is regulated. Let's see. English teaching used to be unregulated, but I think it's starting to become regulated. David, what were you saying?
Yes, Holly. Well, I think that maybe the circus is not regulated.
Okay, circus.
They have problems with animal rights all the times.
Okay, all right. Can anybody else think of anything else? I'm very happy now that language training is starting to become a more regulated than it was when I started 20 years ago. Anything else? Okay, all right. Min, if you had a crooked nose, would you get rhinoplasty?
Yes, because if I had that kind of nose, it looked very funny, and I will be teased from the other. Yeah.
Okay, so you will be teased. Okay, Jose, Can you think of, besides plastic surgery, can you think of other ways to improve your self-esteem?
Another way to improve my self-esteem.
Esteem, yeah.
I think that a good way to improve my self-esteem is doing exercise, for example.
Uh-huh. Exercising is a good way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it is a good way.
Excellent. I agree. So, David, have you ever obsessed about something to the point that your family finally told you to be quiet?
No, I don't think so, Holly. So obsessing?
Mhm.
No.
Okay. I know of some girls who would obsess about their boyfriends, and then finally everybody says, "Please be quiet." So, and Joachim, can you think of something that that was so staggering that you were very, very surprised?
No, teacher, in this moment I don't remember anything
Okay.
that I have studying with anything.
That was staggering. Okay. All right.
It
Yeah,
has
you know
been-
what? I just thought, I was just thinking to myself, could I answer that question? I was like, no, I can't answer it either. So I sometimes ask questions I can't answer myself. Okay, let's vocabulary number 2. Let's fill in the spaces with the word or phrases from this exercise. And so let's start with Min. Can you do number 1?
Some people really obsessed about their hair, but I don't really care.
Perfect. Now, is that true about you, Min? Do you obsess about your hair?
No, actually my hair very not good, but I don't care, really don't care. Yeah.
Okay, you don't care about it. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think it's now question, truth. Are there guys who obsess about their hair? Or is it mostly women?
I think only women
Mainly
obsessed
women?
about their
Okay.
hair.
I think so too. There might be some guys that obsess, but fewer. Okay. Number 2, Jose, can you do that one?
Okay. The popularity of digital watches has increased in recent years.
Oh, how about opposite? How about
Decrease.
and what's that word? What's the word that means decrease?
Decreases. Wanes.
Okay, so so the popularity of digital watches has waned.
Has waned. Okay.
Perfect.
Listen, perfect.
Okay, Joachim, could you try number 3?
My uncle George has approximately 2,500 CDs in his garage.
Okay. He has, instead of approximately, let's say a staggering. Now, oops, did I spell that wrong or did I spell that wrong? Okay, staggering. Now, in this respect, we could say 2,500, okay? That's totally fine to say it, but there's another way that's a little bit easier to say if you can remember this. When you have the 2 O's that have 500, what you can do is you can say 2,500. So if you had this number, 1,600, we could say this would be 1,600. Of course, you could say 1,600, but that's more words. 1,600 is just easier to say. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Number 4, David, could you do number 4?
Yes, Holly. That painting is blank. You need to adjust it slightly. That
So,
painting is crooked. It's not straight.
yes. You know what I used to do to my boss? When I was in, I think the first 5 years I was in Finland, the boss at the language school asked if I would teach her. It wasn't the first 5 years, it was during that time. And so I taught her once a week for about, I would say, 6 months. And she told me during the first lesson that it can be very, she likes to have everything straight and perfect. So before the first lesson and before the lessons, I would walk into the classroom and I would move the paintings slightly just to see what she would do. And she would walk in, she would sit down, then she'd look up, see the paintings, go over, move it, sit down. And the first time she didn't say anything, but after like the third time, she was like, "Holly, what are you doing?" But every time she'd walk in, move the painting, and I would just move it just to see if she would do it. She did every time. It was so funny.
She was upset with being straight.
Yeah, she was obsessed with it. She was obsessed with having the paintings straight, exactly. But it was really funny, and she laughed about it too. So I knew I could tease her about it. So, all right, Joachim, could you do number 5?
Banking is generally heavily costs.
So one of these words right here. So maybe heavily regulated. So it's one of those words. So banking is generally heavily regulated.
Regulated. Okay.
Regulated, as opposed to we can say plastic surgery, as in cosmetic surgery. Plastic surgery is unregulated. So. Okay, and the next one, Jose, can you do that one, number 6?
Susan's self-esteem is much better now. She never used to have any confidence at all.
Good, awesome. Isn't that neat when you see somebody's self-esteem increase? It's really fun to watch. So, all right. So let's go ahead and ask and answer these questions here. Min, do you think cosmetic surgery is common in your country?
Yes, I think this is common in my country, especially with the women.
Women.
And yeah.
Yeah, because remember, this is woman, this is women.
Yeah.
Okay, so especially with women, is it like their face? Women. So their face, or do they get a boob job, or? Or what? Any idea? Is it? So okay. So Jose, how about in Spain? Do you think cosmetic surgery is common in Spain?
Yes, I think it is very common. The people that they have money, it's very common that they make a cosmetic surgery.
Okay, thank you. And Joachim, how about you? Do you think cosmetic surgery is common in Portugal?
In Portugal, I think it's not common the cosmetic surgeries in the simple people, normal people, but in the I think in the important people, in the artistic people, actors, models, it's normal. It's many cosmetic surgery. In the simple people, I think there isn't very cosmetic surgeries.
Okay, so when you say normal people, another way you could say that is it's really not normal. It's not common among the middle class, maybe.
Yes, in the middle class, okay, yes.
Yeah,
That's
as opposed to normal and what's normal, So, all right, David, how about in Colombia? Do you think cosmetic surgery is common in Colombia?
Yes, Holly, actually, Colombia is one of the most, nowadays is one of the most popular places here in Latin America because there are a lot of people that come from the US to get plastic surgery because here are cheaper in respect to USA and other countries from Europe, so they come to get liposuctions and also about dentists also because it's cheaper. So yes, it's common.
Okay, all right, thank you. And let's go to the next question. Min, which cosmetic procedures do you think are the most common? Is it rhinoplasty, nose, or eyes, or?
Yes, I think nose and many people make their decrease their wrinkle on the face. Yeah.
Okay, Botox. Yeah. So Botox or rhinoplasty. Okay. All right. How about in Spain, Jose?
In Spain, the most common procedures are Botox, rhinoplastic, surgery in the nose.
Nose, okay. Rhinoplasty.
Yeah.
Rhinoplasty, okay.
Rhinoplasty.
Okay. And how about in Portugal? Joaquim?
In Portugal, I think the most common cosmetic surgery is to remove wrinkles in the face, in the legs, in the belly, and some women in the breasts.
Yes, okay.
I think it's the most common.
Yeah, so liposuction as well, and then of course we have breast reduction or enlargement surgery. So, okay, breast enlargement, reduction or enlargement. David, what would you say are most common?
Yes, Holly, liposuction, and wrinkles, Botox are very common.
Okay. All right. And in the States, I think that everything. So everything is common. But like we've said it from the beginning of class, it really depends on the class of people. I would say that the most of the middle class will only get the plastic surgery if it's absolutely necessary. Or if there's, if somebody is able to afford it and there's been a lot of teasing or something, they go ahead and change it. But there's the Botox and the especially the Botox is really for people at the the upper middle class and above. So I think just like in your countries. All right. Looks like we are out of time. I do want to thank you all for your participation. I hope you learned some new words and phrases. And
Okay.
and later on I'll be teaching. I don't even remember what classes I'm teaching next. So Eternal Youth. I guess many of you will be asleep on that one. In a couple hours, Culture Shock. So if you guys are around for that, if not, for those of you in Europe, sleep well.
Yes. Thank
and
you.
and men, thank you. Men, have a great day since it's your morning, and David, have a good rest. I guess great evening.
Rest of
Evening.
afternoon. Thank you.
Rest
Take
of
care.
afternoon and evening. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Sleep
Thank you.
well.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye bye.